Hello, sorry for the delay on delivering the task. I have went through the front end for Lemon Tabs and I have made some few interesting observations. The first one is basically that the API does not have API versioning. So I really recommend that down the line you consider adding API versioning, especially that you are going to have public APIs. Having an API version would be great, especially if you have a case where the API breaking changes are going to happen. So you don't really want to break the API for all the clients and make sure like clients with earlier versions are still working. So yeah, amongst other benefits, of course. One other thing I have noticed is that you have access control allow origin being wildcard, which is not very secure, especially for a request like this one, which has like token and other sensitive information. Having this being asterisk here will allow other websites to send requests to LemonTap and can actually leak some user information from the browser. So I recommend changing that to trusted domains only. The other thing I have also noticed from the API for LemonTap is some of the requests here. The JavaScript bundle size is 12 megabytes, which is not too large, but I think there's definitely probably some room for improvement. And I've noticed some third-party tools like Useful and User-Centric, which are great, but I didn't really notice Sentry, for example, or any other similar tools. Sentry would be great for having reporting and monitoring for errors that happen on the client, and maybe adding also other tools for analytics like PostHog would be great as well to track events and maybe have feature flags. So like having these like useful tools on the front end would also be useful. Yeah, and also looking at the caching, I didn't notice that there is actually a complete implementation for HTTP caching here. So there is an E tag, but actually there is no cache control header here, and there are no age or like expiry headers. So I don't think this implementation for caching, HTTP caching, is complete. I'm not sure about like server-side caching. For authentication, I've noticed that there are these requests that get the token, which obviously use, I think, OpenID, and the tokens are not stored in local storage or session storage, which is good. But maybe there is some redundancy here, or maybe these requests might affect user experience somehow, because I've actually, when I ran Lighthouse on the website, I could see that actually there is like really great need for great room for actually performance enhancement here, specifically with the first contentful paint. So this really can affect the front-end user experience a lot. So this means that the first actually useful part of the page that user can interact with doesn't load until like 10 seconds here, and that's actually probably because of the network, but it's also very long. So maybe some requests that require server response, or some other requests that delay this, it's definitely worth looking into. I've looked into the profile page, or the profile page here for the card, and I can see that actually it's loading everything. That is really definitely not ideal, because this is a simple page. It doesn't really need to have React, I think. If you see other services like Linktree, or just really having like a simple profile page like this that loads on mobile apps, or just on a 4G network, or like slow network, this can really benefit a lot from just really having much simpler front end. So it can be much simpler. Maybe this is actually what's alluded to in the second task, so I'm gonna elaborate on that in the next video.